Hi, my name is Mark Johnson. I'm a Chicoan since 2000, and I'm also a Chico State graduate with a BA in Communication Design. Attached to this video should be my resume per your review, and just kind of give you an understanding is that I'm just looking for an opportunity as we start this new year of 2025, be it part-time or contract work. So in a sense, I'm trying to get in front of those who are doing the hiring. If you look on my resume, you can see that from the time that I graduated in 2006, there's kind of a great gap of time there of nothing specific that's happening. But to explain what I was doing at that time may help you understand the skills and the talents that I do have. At that time when I graduated, I took the opportunity, maybe even some say the risk of going into business for myself. What I ended up doing was starting a clothing line. I had been doing that since maybe my last year at Chico State, and so it just kind of made sense for me to continue it on, see where we're taking me. Through that process, I was able to meet other like-minded people right here in Chico who were, in a sense, designing or either, had thoughts of creating their own business in the clothing industry. And specifically, I ended up working here in town with a brand or a store which is no longer around now, but was called Trucker. And the guy that owned it, Luke Winter, in a sense, he became my mentor in the sense that I learned a great amount of information from him because he was already doing it and had been doing it for some time. What I learned from him will help me further my opportunity with my brand into being able to create shows 2 times a year. We would do one in the fall and we would do one in the spring. And in this process, like I said, I met a lot of other people who were interested in doing the same thing as well. And we kind of just created this community of artists and designers that we would work on these shows 2 times a year. I don't know how big these shows necessarily got outside of Chico, but within Chico, we're doing quite a bit of buzz. And at a certain point, we started making sales, and it seemed like this was something that I could do for quite a bit of time. So as I continued, I got more advanced in learning the process of creating the shirts. I learned merchandising in the sense of you buy the shirt wholesale, you do you add the artwork to it, and then you mark the sale up to sell to the customer. I also learned event planning. That was something that I didn't ever have any skill before, but being that I was the one kind of spearheading all these events, I had to learn it quick, and I had to learn also how to deal with the event venue. I also had to learn how to deal with the business owners who were either trying to get sponsorships for them or allow them to be a part of the show. So this time wasn't necessarily a waste, being that as it is now, I don't run that clothing line anymore. I haven't done an event in a while, but the skills that I learned from those opportunities I still have, and I can still use for any endeavor that I may find in the future. I would say the next real work opportunity that I had was working with Little Red Hen, and it was in a graphic design position. When I got hired on, it was to do flyers, posters, kind of working with the staff that was on there to kind of make sure that the posts that they would use on Facebook were correct and were targeted to the right audience. So in a sense, maybe a supervisory position. As time went on, being that I had a real short stay there, I learned how to work with people. It was a good time there. I think the way it ended wasn't necessarily the way I would have hoped, in the sense that there just wasn't enough work, being that the person who trained me left shortly after I got hired on, and so we had 2 graphic designers doing minimal work because there just wasn't that much work to do. From there, I got the opportunity to do some contract writing work for Video Maker magazine, writing how-to videos or tech reviews on products that they were featuring in their magazine. After that position, I ended up going and back to doing what I was doing in the sense of freelance work. Once Again, like for example, taking it back to the beginning, once the brand fizzled out, I went to freelance work and was doing graphic design work for people who needed this done or that done in the graphic design industry. So I'm here now, again doing that, and I kind of got the feel that I want to kind of get back into the opportunity of working on a team, showing my skills and my talent toward the team and adding value to that group. So how did I go about making this video or sending it to you? Well, what I did is I went to Google, did a simple Google search of all the media companies here in town. Being that I'm based in Chico and not necessarily looking to move, it had to be an opportunity here in Chico. So I went down the list and perused their website. And if it was something that I feel that it was a good fit, or if it was something that was intriguing, I kind of just created this video and shared it with you today, in hopes that you may have an opportunity for me, be it part-time or even contract work, so that I can work for you and add value to your team. Hi, ID Design and Web. My name is Mark Johnson, and when I went to your website, I liked your 4-step breakdown on how you work with a client from beginning to end. It kind of reminded me of my studies when I was in school, how I learned how to do graphic design and work with a client to create the best outcome for them, whatever it may be. I also liked your portfolio of work. It kind of really inspired me, all of which inspired me to further want to contact you and work with you. So again, my name is Mark Johnson. I've been in Chico for a while, so I've seen things change, and this is just kind of me trying to get back into working with groups, working with teams, working with other people, in the sense of being able to use my talents to add toward the team and be of service in some way. If you feel that this is something that you like to follow up, maybe just even have just a cup of coffee and talk with me and learn a little more about me, definitely reach out. And yeah, I would say overall, I'm a easygoing guy. I'm not too stress worthy. I like a challenge. I like to be able to be of service. I like to be able to learn. I think that's kind of another thing that's about me that you will find. I like to read a lot. I've always had the artistic talent, so that's kind of been something that's always been there. But to take it to the next level, in a sense, and use my graphic design skills, which learning that discipline I did do when I was in school, is something that I'm proud of. I enjoy that work. I just like the creative aspect of the business that you do, and so hopefully I can add to that. If you're interested, definitely reach out. I'm trying to get ahead of 2025 with this video and put my resume out there, put myself out there, and hopefully I can be of value to you in that way. So I thank you for your time, for watching this video. I hope to hear from you, and I wish you a great 2025. Thank you.